Good day, everybody. Mike Flores here, Las Cruces Realtor, and your premium connection to new homes in this beautiful city. I have a gorgeous home for you, just over 2,700 square feet. It's a 5-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom with a tandem 3-car garage. The home is located in Red Hawk Estates, right near the golf course. This is yet another premier builder in Las Cruces. It's Hakes Brothers, and before I get started, thank you, Mr. Quinn Lears, for having us out here to tour this amazing property. Take a look at this. Starting off with the outside flavor, and before we start on that, take a look at all the construction happening. Now, what you're seeing is the last part of Red Hawk Estates being completed with all the builders in here. So it's important, if you want to be by the newest, latest, nicest golf course in Las Cruces, this phase is very quickly selling out, and there's several builders to choose from. You ought to come out and take a look, and I'll show you all the ones that are out here, actively building. So outside of this home, you've got the desert scaping as normal, 2 tones of gravel, you got this rock riverbed, you got 2 trees, about 8 bushes, everything on a drip system, no mowing, no grass, no nothing like that, very easy to maintain. And the outside look of this is almost like a hacienda mixed with Tuscan. You have a very beautiful area here with a bunch of stacked stone all the way up to the roof heights. You have arched roof tile on 30% of this roof all the way across in the front, and then you have really pretty coach lights. I really like this look, actually. And they're very easy to actually change the bulbs. I love that. And what's nice about having no bottoms is it doesn't catch any bugs. So bugs, they end up dying and they stay in here. Well, this is actually open, so this stays that way its whole life. Synthetic grade stucco. The outside pops are like a darker type grayish, maybe even like a gray tan. And then the base is a light cream color. Really pretty soffit work they did. You have all that woodwork that's above over, on the soffits of the roof, which is where the roof comes over the actual wall. You got a nicho here with wrought iron. That's really nice. And then the presentation on the inside is really cool. Like as you're coming up, you have 2 coach lights. You have a nice deep front patio. You got a plug-in. You got an 8-foot door with a nice accent window. And then you have this little pergola system up here with this wood, which gives you that just a really hacienda look, because pergolas are pretty, they're pretty popular in Las Cruces. So as we go in, I'm pretty excited. This home is huge, 2,740 square feet, 5 full bedrooms, 2.5 bath, and a tandem 3-car garage. And I mean, when you walk in, the presentation is just stellar. You have this super, super wide entry with 2 sets of foyer spaces separated by a square soffit here. And they're clean trays, so there's no accent paint, there's no lights, nothing like that around the tray. There's no shelving, it's just a nice clean tray. And if I had to guess, this is an 8-foot door, so add 3 feet, so I would say, 11 foot up here to the very top or the peak of the inverted tray. And then you have a really nice, I'd say that's about a 3 to 4 inch floor trim. You have the large plank wood look tile. These are really nice. You can mop them. Looks just like wood without all the problems that wood has. And then when you step into this next foyer piece, you have a really nice skylight that's tempered glass. And I have about a 6-foot, reach with both my arms. I mean, this is giving you a good idea. You're probably looking at about 8 feet wide, maybe 9 feet as you walk in. So if you have artwork, furniture, runner tables, this would be a fantastic place to display it. All LED lights, just gorgeous. I think we're going to start on this side of the home. So nice little separation. You have this hallway that comes in this way, and this is actually the laundry room, and it's pretty large. You have shelving on both sides. You've got the cubbies. And then of course, like most of the new homes that you see out there, it's ready for electric. You have your hot and cold and your 110 for your washer, heating and cooling, and also your extractor vent fan. And then this home has 8-foot interior doors. So look how much of a difference that makes. You see, this is only with a 9-foot ceiling. Imagine if the ceiling like 10 feet, and you're gonna see a little bit of that in the living space, but look how much more, like it just feels good. Like I'm 6'2", and these make me feel small. It's just a really nice touch on this home, and then no carpet throughout all the bedrooms that I've seen so far. So all tile, plug-ins all the way around. And they match the closet doors with the interior doors. I think that's a nice touch. So you got short hang, long hang, cubby, and then storage. And like I've said before in my other videos, because this is 8 feet tall, you can get things much easier to that top shelf and use it for adequate storage. It's very nice. Blinds are 2-inch louver blinds, what I'm seeing so far. All right, here's your HVAC closet. This home actually might have 2 HVACs, so we'll take a look at that and find out. This is where you would change a filter in your HVAC. And there it is right there. And you have your gas cutoff over here if you want to cut off the gas coming into the furnace. You also have a light switch there, which actually turns off the electricity to this, so it cuts it completely off if you need to. I really like the elongated raised panel doors. That's very, very modern. And then first bathroom. This is really nice. 3-centimeter thick granite, undermounted sinks. And then you have this really nice white cabinetry, painted white, shaker style, soft close with the hardware. That makes a big difference. I'm sure they're using Moen as their faucet, satin nickel finish. Moen comes with a lifetime warranty, and then this has a nice 3-inch frame around the mirror. And you got a nice 3-lighted sconce. And of course, reading area, and then they actually have a wet nicho in here to give you a size reference. You know, you got your wet nicho here, no need to put things down, over here, put one of those little soap dishes. It's nice to have these. And then you have an oversized shower head. I mean, real easy to operate. Very nice. Check this out. So 5-shelf linen closet, and this is located between the bathroom and the 2 guest bedrooms that are back here. You have one here and one here. Again, no carpet, plenty of plugins, and you can see the windowsill looks like it's 2x6. And this is 2x6, and we're gonna look throughout the home to make sure it is 2x6. So again, the 2-inch louver blinds. This home has 2 bedrooms in the front, so 2 of them get the good views, which is gonna be, of course, the front landscaping. And I like that the homes in front of it are facing this way, so you have more parking on the sides. Let's open that up so you can see that. So no one's really pulling out of their driveway at you. That's really, really good. It's useful also for get-togethers. You have extra parking on the other side of the street. That's fantastic. And then another bedroom here. About the same size. I would venture this would be like 11 by 11, maybe just shy of 12 by 12. It's a good size. They do pre-wire for fans, so you can actually see that here. This is the light. Why that's important is because the wires are already there, and you have a switch for the fan and a switch for a light. So it's really nice to have that separation. You got a really nice window there. It does have the little bit of decorative window value to it. And they're probably using either ABIs, they might be using Alpine. Either way, they're gonna be Energy Star. You have a nice little walk-in closet. There's your smoke and carbon dioxide detector, and as you can see, they're everywhere. If one of those goes off, they all go off. So this is a nice area. You're keeping 3 guest rooms here, a bathroom, the laundry, one of the HVAC closets, and a linen closet, all in one part of the home, and I really think that's cool. And I also like that there's not a lot of hallways that come off the foyer. There's one, so the whole foyer is really just for presentation and entrance, and a nice buffer between the guest bedrooms and the master suite. So before we dig into the living room space, which is obviously quite beautiful, let's look into this area here. Ooh, garage. So look at this tandem garage. Now, if you don't know what a tandem is, it's like a 3-car, but from the front, it looks like a 2-car. So you have a normal 16, 18, or 20-foot door, depending on what your home comes with. But then you notice on one side of the garage, it doesn't stop at 21 feet. It actually kicks out another 14 feet. So you can actually park 3 cars in here if you want. Me personally, I would probably put a dune buggy there, maybe a 4-wheeler, an extra, freezer, some stackable shelving, just a really great area. And I mean, even if you just want a 2-car, this is a very handy space to have. Yep, and I was right, there is 2 HVACs. So here's the other HVAC. So that means this home has 2 zones. That means you can keep one side of the home a little bit cooler or warmer than the other. You can even shut the other one down completely if you want to. But that's your furnace area and your actual air conditioning. And then here you have your A.O. Smith 50-gallon water heater. There's your water shutoff valve if you ever want to cut the water off to it. Now, if you ever cut that off, that will not cut off the water to your outside landscaping. That'll continue to water. That water shutoff valve is actually outside. So if you're cutting something off from the inside, just know that your foliage won't die, it won't shrivel up, you'll be okay. And then the garage feels like it's insulated, but Las Cruces has very good weather, especially around this time, one of my favorites. It is textured in here, and all it lacks is paint. And because there's some pitching inside the front of the home, you do have an access to that space. Usually when there's an attic space like that, as soon as you open that door, there's a switch that will illuminate the immediate area. It's not really made to go walk up in there, nothing like that, but it's cool to have. And then it's pre-wired for a garage door opener. And then here's your drip system. And even though most homes don't come with backyard landscaping, most of them come with at least the drip systems that you can tie into, so you're using one system to control the whole thing, which I think is pretty valuable. It's very cool in here. And it's still pretty warm outside. So when you come in from your garage, this is where you come into. There's a bedroom here off to the left, and this is your half bath. So half bath has 3 centimeter thick granite, the same kind of finish as you saw in the other one. You have a toilet area, you've got your sconce up here, you got your framed mirror, about a 3-inch frame, everything's satin nickel, even the hardware, white painted cabinetry, just beautiful. It's a really nice bathroom for your guests to use, and not have to go into the bathrooms that maybe your longer term guests use, like with the shower and stuff. So right off that area, this would be a perfect office. It is probably a smaller bedroom. I would say this one's more closer to a 10 by 10, but definitely still usable space. Nice to have an office right off your living room. I mean, you know, leave the guests all over there, and then you have this more for what you use more often. It's a fantastic 8-foot doors again. And then you do have a return here in the hallway. That's good to see. And then a Honeywell thermostat. And then we're going to go across here and look at the master suite. Again, coming out of this area, it's really nice to see a linen closet, even if it's just even for the guests, but it's close to the master suite, it's close to living room space, it's very adequate, and I always say the more storage, the absolute better you can get. I mean, you definitely want to do that. But the snail entrance into the master suite is awesome. So what I mean by that is, notice like when you look back, you don't have to close the door for privacy. Immediately, like, you have privacy. So if you're having guests over but you want to come to your bedroom, you don't have to make it a point to close your door. So if you're going to take a nap, you come in and you can lay on your bed and you pretty much have privacy without even having to worry about, can someone see it from the kitchen? Can someone walk by the hallway and see inside the master suite? So having that snail entrance, I think, is pretty valuable. And we just passed by another thermostat. So this is that I was telling you about. You can have one side of the home cooler than the other, and that's fantastic. That's really good. So they work in tandem. You go from a 9-foot ceiling here to about a 10-foot tray that's got 3 additional can LED lights, or 4 additional, and then you have your fan, 3 beautiful windows, and you're really gonna like this lot because it's backed up to an arroyo. It'll never have any backyard neighbors. Been seeing a lot of those lately, which is fantastic because we have such good views here. But really nice blinds all the way across, and again, 2x6. Fantastic job, Hakes. That's really, really good. It just adds structural stability. It's going to add insulation and, peace of mind for the buyers for sure. That's a fantastic move. Here you have a flat screen pre-wire. You hang your TV up, and this is a very big bedroom. And I'll tell you one thing about Hakes: their designs and their land are hard to beat. They are fantastic. But this is probably about 18 by 18, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 17 or 16 by 16. That's a king size bed. I don't think it's a California, but it's a king size bed, and you still have all this room for the nightstand dressers, and then you have a dresser over here. You could still put chairs in here. You could put a small couch. Fantastic. Nice 8-foot entry into the master bathroom. First thing I see is another closet, and this is, I can't tell you enough, having as much storage in a new home as possible is going to be very valuable. I promise you that. 2 vanities, undermount rectangular sinks. You got the Moen faucets. You got a nice mirror with a 3-inch frame, just like the other ones, except this one has 2 sconces. White painted cabinetry again, satin nickel hardware. Everything's on a soft close. This is a phenomenal job. If you notice, there's no tub, and that's something in the new home industry we're seeing more and more of. Now, I like a tub, but I'll tell you this, if I didn't have one, it wouldn't make that big of a difference. You know, I'd get a hot tub, put it outside or something like this, but having a big shower is always amazing, right? So this is probably a good 10 feet, maybe 8 feet. So really good size. Got this nice deco band vertically laid. You have really nice elongated tile all the way to the ceiling, accent window, and I love that they did this here, having this away from the shower so you can turn it on from here and not get wet. And then you have this deco flooring, really, really super nice. And then the frameless glass doors, a very nice touch. No shower curtain needed. I mean, that's fantastic. Reading room with its own door and exhaust vent, and then you have a big master closet. This is really nice. I noticed up here there's a plug-in. Here's going to be for your low voltage stuff. So all your internet connection, your routers and everything you put in your master closet. I think that's pretty cool, actually. A+ on this home. This is a really nice home. Nice hand-troweled walls, the texturing. They do a satin finish paint on this, and then you have this rounded corners. It's fabulous work. There's your, I think that's a door chime. Yep, it's gotta be a door chime. Now the living room space, my favorite part of this home. This living room is massive, probably 20 some feet by 20 some feet. Recessed tray, now these ceilings are 10 feet. That's gotta be 11 or 12 feet. So you have this clean tray, 4 extra lights. You got your fan in the middle. You have even more areas there to display, like let's say grandfather clocks, or if you have any buffet, you know, type furniture, that would be a good place for it. But look at all that unused space. They just basically, and these are not small couches, these are very large. But look at all this space, plug-ins ready. On every wall there's a plug-in. So all this space, you can put more things. So if you have a lot of furniture, you know, that's the thing about, you know, bigger square footage. You may not need 5 bedrooms, but you may need the space for everything moving out or downsizing, or like what I like to say is right sizing, which I think is a more adequate term. So flat screen pre-wire there, that's where you put your TV. You got plugins all the way across the wall, all the way even to over here. You got 4 windows here. All 4 of these windows actually do operate and open. Very, very good use for the beautiful air we get. And then look at the size of this kitchen. This is very nice. Nice uppers, staggered heights, nice crown molding with the bevel, 3 centimeter thick granite, stainless steel built-in appliances, gas cooktop, extractor vent fan, plugins like crazy. And I like seeing this. Look at how many plugins they put in here. And they moved them to the side. And what I like that is notice the deco is running horizontal. It's really good to actually put those that way to kind of continue that flow. But on top of that, this is really good for wire distribution. So if you have, you know, you have an appliance here, it's nice to have them here instead of stacked on top of each other, in my opinion. It's really good. So again, satin nickel hardware, soft close kitchen cabinets, uppers and lowers. You got full extension drawers. Very nice. Lazy Susan, this is where your fridge will go. And then even all of this, it's pre-wired. I noticed it's pre-wired for pendant lights. That's a very good move. And then a walk-in pantry on top of all the cabinetry in here. Very nice. Now, if you come this way, imagine you're entertaining, or you have 4 or 5 people in here, or, you know, even if it's just 2, that's where your TV would go. So you have this giant, huge granite island, and you're looking right at the living room. And then if you kick off to the left, you have this nice breakfast nook dining room that's pushed out. And I really like it because it's big enough for a big table. I mean, you can put even a bigger one than this. I think this is a really great size, but if you got that big family or you want that 8-seater, that would be only another foot. So if you put maybe another foot this way, I mean, you still have all that space around, and you got 3 fixed windows here. These are your picture windows. You got your satin nickel chandelier coming down, and then you have this glass door. It really lets in a lot of light too. Let's take a look at this. Really huge back patio. Plug in, you got lights, stucco finish on the inside just like the outside of the home. But I mean, look at that, folks. I mean, I know they look small in the video, I know, but I promise you they are very close. From my perspective, it would probably be a couple of zooms in just to get the flavor of what that looks like. But the main important part of it is all the homes behind you are already built. There will be some on the other side of the street there, but what's behind us directly is an arroyo, which offers about a 100-foot buffer from this rock wall to that rock wall. So the likelihood of you having some mountain views, even when this place is built out, is going to be very high. You got some mountains over there as well, but Red Hawk Estates, it's a beautiful place, gorgeous. Well, folks, I think I'll end the video here. I want to thank everybody, as always, for tuning in and for all the likes and all the phone calls and emails and everything. Appreciate you all. If you have any questions about real estate in Las Cruces, especially new homes, give me a call today. Have a great day.